So you're getting divorced. Now what happens to the mortgage? What happens to the house? Who gets to keep the house? The interest rate's 3%. I don't want to refinance into 7%, but my name's on the house. My name's on the deed. My name's on the loan. What do I do? Well, it's simple. If your name is on the deed and not the loan, then you're not responsible for the loan, but you still own the house. So let's say my wife and I are together and I'm on the mortgage, but we're both on the deed. I am legally responsible for the loan. So if I don't pay the loan, then my credit gets messed up. Nothing happens to her credit. But if that house goes from $200,000 to $1 million and I don't get her off of that property, she now has equity of $400,000 because we have $800,000 in equity. She gets 400, I get 400. It doesn't matter. Long as you keep her on there and that property goes up, then you have to keep paying her half of that, or him, or whatever it may be. So my question is, how do you buy a house and protect yourself from the future? You don't want to plan for a divorce, but you have to, right? So let's look at it this way. You buy a house with your spouse. Are both of you needed to buy the house, or does only one person need to qualify for the loan? If I only need to qualify for the loan, then I should just buy the house myself. And there should be an agreement up front of, hey, I know we are together, but if God forbid we split up, who's going to stay in the house? And let me tell you something. If you have kids, whoever's going to raise those kids, which 9 times out of 10 is the mom, she's going to get the house. The judge is never going to award the house to the dad when the mom takes care of the kids. Kids come first. So let's think about this story. The dad did the loan in his name. The wife is on title. They're getting a divorce. Dad has to move out. They owe $100,000 on the house. The house is worth $400,000. Technically, mom and dad each have $150,000 in equity. But in order to pay off the loan and pay dad off, mom would have to refinance, and she would have to pay the $100,000 plus the $150,000. So now she would be doing a $250,000 loan on a property. But guess what? Mom hasn't worked. So mom doesn't have a job. So mom cannot do a loan. So if mom cannot do a loan, then how can mom pay off dad? So here's what happens. Dad has to move out. Dad has to pay the bills. Dad has to pay the mortgage. Mom gets to live there because mom can't refinance. So now dad not only has to pay the mortgage, he also has to pay alimony because mom hasn't worked. So he's going to give up all the equity to the house. He's also going to pay alimony. And he's also going to have to find another house or a job or a place to rent. So he has to afford to pay